Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime, and today we've got some crazy news. I wish Hasbro and Paramount would just make up their minds. Just let me know so I know what to think and what to look forward to. First, y'all said we're not doing movies anymore. Movies cost too much. We didn't make enough money off the movies. So now what happens? So we think, oh, we're just gonna get a couple toys, some Age of the Prime stuff. We got a new cartoon coming. As we learned yesterday, crossover with G.I. Joe might tie into this rumored crossover movie. Then I wake up today. Michael Bay rumored to return for the next Transformers movie production. But that's not it. Hold on. Stay seated. It gets even more. Hold on. So, just in from various outlets is word that longtime Transformers movie franchise editor, producer, director, Michael Bay will be returning to direct the next production. After taking an 8-year leave as director of the last 3 films, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and One, he is always involved as a producer. However, according to sources, he will be returning to guide the next movie that may be the Transformers and G.I. Joe movie crossover that was hinted at the end of Rise of the Beast. Word from insider Matthew Baloney is that writer Jordan Van Dina will be joining the new production that is said to have reignited last year when Bay began talks with Paramount about returning to the director's chair. What is said to be his working as a hands-on producer who wants to help make the Transformers films profitable again after the box office declines since his departure. It is likely no coincidence that we have seen news of 2 Transformers productions recently, with news of an animated series on YouTube, the reboot of the Skybound Transformers comic that has a new writer Robert Kirkham and artist Dan Mora taking over the series. Clearly something is brewing that we may or may not be. This is crazy. It's crazy. According to the report, Transformers franchise contract ends in 2029, and this could be a move to both retain the contract and reignite the franchise, if not at the box office, on streaming channels where the films have managed to find an ongoing audience. However, if this is like past productions, there are low expectations for anyone resolving the many potholes and plot holes. That's what I think they meant to put. The franchise still has to fill. So there's a lot to wait and see before the dust settles on the Transformers movie. Stay tuned to tformers.com for updates on this as it happens. Then I flip over to TFW 2005, and guess what they say? In addition to the rumor this morning about Michael Bay returning to Transformers, Puck is also bringing us a few other big rumors regarding Paramount's plans for the franchise. Most notably, this is it. Transformers 1 director Josh Cooley has reportedly signed a deal to direct a live-action Transformers film. Additionally, this and the Bay film are said to be 2 of the 5 Transformer projects that Paramount has in development. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? Look. Oh, I done did something. Oh, whoops. 2 out of 5. 5? So we went from 0 movies to 5. Okay, so what does that mean for us? This is what I'm thinking. Apparently the movies weren't doing that bad. They've realized that there's a lot of us, especially people my age and under, because I'm right there, you know what I mean? So apparently someone is watching. What was it, last week? Rise of the Beast was in the top 10 on HBO. And I said this 2 years ago when Transformers 1 came out. Look at Encanto. Encanto was in the movie theater maybe a hot week, and it just didn't make the money. They put it on streaming services, and in 1 year, it was like the #1 movie in the world. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with Transformers. This is great. I mean, like, I'm thinking for myself, when the first movie came out, I was excited because it was a live action movie. We hadn't had a movie since '86, since literally the '86 movie. Revenge of the Fallen. People hated that movie. I absolutely adored it. I loved it. I thought it was one of the greatest movies I'd ever seen in my entire life because of the Shanghai scene in the beginning. The rest of the movie, whatever. But I loved that first 10 minutes. Dark of the Moon. Now that was an action-packed, once they got past the college story in the beginning, Dark of the Moon was crazy. Action-packed, buildings falling down, people sliding down skyscrapers on the outside. It was awesome. They did have a little accident. Not an accident. There was a few bloopers, like when they were on the highway scene and the dreads were chasing Sam, them, and the Maybach, and the sign on the highway fell, and then you see the dreads coming and jump. But if you notice, right before they jump, that sign fell the opposite way. It was pointing this way. He was coming this way. But then when the shot takes place, the ramp is now, the sign is now this way for him to jump for them. It was crazy. I saw that in the theater and was like, whatever, it's fine. But, and then, we had Age of Extinction and Last Night. And then, like I said, my favorite, Rise of the Beast. This is a good thing. This is absolutely amazing for the franchise. I think we need 5 more movies. And I hope that they go ahead and just greenlight Transformers 1 Part 2 or Transformers 2. I don't know what you would name it. Because hopefully you'll see in about another year, those streaming numbers will make up for everything they lost at the box office. Transformers 1 was great. It was a great movie. It was absolutely phenomenal. I still watch it like once a week still to this day. I still watch Rise of the Beast still to this day. So for a person to hear news like this, you can't help but be excited. Our franchise is back again. First they said no toys, no movies. We're only doing video games. And then y'all should have known that sucked. You got Death Stranding 2 just dropped. GTA 6 got announced. Metal Gear Snake Eater is coming out. And then you got people like me that just started playing Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS5, and it is the greatest game I've ever played my entire life. I won't play GTA 5 again after playing Cyberpunk. I mean that. Now, I will play GTA 6, but I'm just saying, Cyberpunk got me. That game is amazing. So for Hasbro to decide they want to jump in the waters with them right now, you in the water with sharks. That'd be the worst thing you could do. You can't compete with Metal Gear, Cyberpunk, Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima games, Nintendo Switch 2 coming out. There's nothing Hasbro, this would be the wrong time for you to jump into gaming. Stick to the movies. Stick to what you do best, making all this, okay? Anyway, I've held you long enough. We are going to have one more video later on about the 2026 Titan being a studio series. Well, actually, I could just ask y'all now. Who do you think is going to be? Who's big enough from in studio series, because I'm assuming it's from a movie. So I'm thinking Stratosphere. Who else could you do to make a Titan in studio series? Leave it in the comments. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime. Oh, and to the gentleman that did send me your email, I got something for you. I need you to go ahead and email me your address. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime.